So how far out in advance should a family business, and I've heard that typical business across the board, they should be planning at least 5 years in advance, at a minimum 3 years. How far do you recommend for family businesses?
Yeah, they say 5 to 10. And I think there are just a lot of those extra conversations. If you're planning to sell the business and you have never had family involved, it comes down to more of a technical aspect. On the family business side, you start to layer, what is mom and dad going to do in retirement? Are our kids the right people? How do we get them set up to be the right business leaders or right leaders of ownership? How do we gift the business? Do we sell them the business? Now you need attorneys on both sides to say, mom and dad value the company at this, the kids value it at this. So there's just a lot of those pieces that come in and say, wait, we got to deal with this. We got to deal with this too. We need to deal with this. How, as we look out 5-10 years, very frequently, mom and dad's advisors, their accountant, their attorney, might be around their same age. So how do we transition into a new set of advisors potentially for that next generation? And so that's another layer. And now all of a sudden you've got twice as many advisors at the table talking about this transition. How do we have key employees that also might have been along for the ride with mom and dad and are of that same age where they're looking at retirement? So now we've got to look at all of the gaps. Where are the gaps in ownership? Where are the gaps in the business? Where are the gaps on the family leadership side? And how are we going to address those? And those things take time because they take a lot of conversations. And let's be honest, families and conversation is really hard. And when you layer business on top of it, it's even harder. So a lot of families go out and find an advisor that will come in and kind of help mediate conversations and just get them moving along in the process. And that's part of the role our Family Business Center plays too, is we present topics and get people together to come together and learn from other family businesses. So now people from a family that are coming together at this event, we've armed them with a topic to discuss and tools as to how to discuss that. And every family is going to do things differently, but you're going to hear some nuggets from each other. And whether that's at our program or having coffee with a family business in your community, and just to pick their idea or their minds on these ideas. And how did you guys transition? And reading articles about successful family business transitions in the community and reaching out to those people and saying, hey, can we grab a cup of coffee and talk about this? We're 5 years behind where you guys are. Give us some advice. And family businesses, I know, they're always willing to help with that. And it takes a lot from a family to come out and say, hey, we're going to transition, because oftentimes they want to hold that close and keep that under wraps. But it is important, when able, to discuss this openly, to make sure that the leadership of the business knows that a transition is coming, so they can all be part of it. So I think when you add all those things, it starts to stretch that out from that 2 or 3 years of maybe a technical transition to 5 or even more years, depending on how quick you're getting to some of these conversations.